19. Cyber freak. You little slut. Bend over for daddy. I'd copied and pasted that message at least 20 times tonight into the chat boxes of various girls on Reddit, with not only the permission of my therapist to pursue women, but also her reassurance that it was, in fact, the healthiest course of action at this juncture in my life. I came straight home and downloaded Reddit. If you've ever been on Gone Wild, do yourself a favor and make a Reddit account. If you don't already have one, and go check it out. Gone Wild is one of the horniest corners of the internet where complete strangers post nudes of themselves for no reason other than that they're horny and bored. I know what you're thinking. It's probably all dudes. I've thought that same thing before. I discovered this lewd, indefinitely scrollable paradise, but I assure you, it's actually pretty close to a 50-50 split. With the 4.4 million active users and counting, Gone Wild is a premier place to meet fellow touch-deprived digital degenerates such as myself. That's the beautiful thing about Reddit. You have all these people posting naked pictures of themselves, and you can message literally any of them. It's like Tinder, except everyone is naked and you don't have to match in order to strike up a conversation with them. However, that is also the problem. Because of the unrestricted nature of the chat features, girls end up receiving so many messages from horny guys that if you just want to get their attention, you really have to stand out. When I first discovered this not safe for work side of Reddit, I made a point of being really nice when I messaged girls. I was very aware of the fact that I was a complete stranger, and the last thing I wanted was to come across creepy. I would ask them about something they mentioned in their bio or something they had posted about. A few girls responded to these messages, but the conversations never dwelled into sexting. So I tried a different approach. I started messing them with a question. Do you post on Gone Wild because you want someone to sext with or because you want the attention? I got this one got a few more responses. Most of the girls said they wanted attention. Part of me thought that even if they were open to sexting, they weren't about to tell me that. It seemed like something that you just had to dive into, assuming that they were open to it. One girl did say that she was trying to find someone to sext with. You must receive so many messages, I said. How do you pick which one to respond to? It's easy. I just reply to the dirtiest one. Like what? I asked. Can you give me an example? I was such a newbie. I don't know. Dirty talk, dude. I'm sure you can imagine. So basically, if I want to find someone to sext with, I have to message complete strangers the dirtiest thing I can come up with. You got to be dirty to stand out. You wouldn't believe how many, hey, sexy, how's it goings I get. But what if I accidentally message a girl who doesn't want to hear that kind of stuff? Girls like it when guys are dirty. Most guys are too afraid to step into that side of themselves. Sure, you might get the occasional girl who freaks out and threatens to report your account, and she'll get a thrill out of telling you off and how you invaded her space. But at the end of the day, she's posting nudes on Reddit. She's going to get some dirty messages. When you spend your whole life trying to please women, it comes as quite a shock to find out that the only way to get their attention, at least on this depraved corner of the web, is by being a total creep. I was part of a generation of men who were raised to think that every woman wanted a nice guy, a feminist guy, that our deep, dark sexual urges were perversions of true sexuality. Now, here was this random girl on Reddit telling me to embrace the dirty parts of myself, that girls actually wanted to see that side of me. I made a spreadsheet. I tested the effectiveness of various open lines. After much trial and error, I came up with this. You little slut, bend over for daddy. It was commanding, degrading, concise, everything you wanted in an opening line. Unbelievably, I got way more responses from this than I ever did trying to be a nice guy. Except for tonight. Not a single hit. When you go fishing for sexting partners on Reddit, the first thing to remember is to sort by new. Usually Reddit displays the hot posts, the ones that are most popular for that day. While these girls are certainly going to be hot, there's not a chance in hell they're going to respond to your messages, given how many they are likely to have received by that point. So instead, you sort by new. This will show you the most recent post, which allows you to see content from very new, unpopular accounts that you would have never seen otherwise. It also increases the chances that the person you are messaging is still online. Before you message a girl, click on her profile. If it has more than 1,000 karma, then she's heard every opening line in the book and it's going to be hard to impress her. Karma is the point system on Reddit. It's hard to get, at least for a guy. Once you get it, there's not a lot you can do with it. Ideally, you want to look for accounts with less than 500 karma. These newbies are still exploring their exhibitionist side and are more inclined to engage with sexual message from fellow Redditor. Personally, I only have 138 karma, but like I said, it's hard to get for guys. On my profile, I have a few tasteful dick pics, pictures of my body, and one picture of my hands all veiny holding a rope. None of them show my face for obvious reasons. This account is my guilty pleasure, my dirty little secret. I haven't used it once since before me and my ex started dating. Right now, I'm pretty far down the new post. The girls to whom I'm sending my brilliant little opening line posted more than an hour ago. The chances they're still online are slim. So I refreshed my page to see who's posted recently. Want to make me hard? Would you fuck my 19-year-old pussy? Can you get on your knees and beg? 28-year-old male. This is what the titles and posts in Gone Wild look like. The outdated rules of subreddit require that you indicate whether you're a male or a female. People try to get creative with how they incorporate their bracketed gender signifier into their titles. Which hole do you want to fuck first? The F is in the brackets. I'm kind of an attention whore. Again, another female. May I come inside? The M in brackets. Would you fuck a girl who was conceived on 9/11? Now, that last one is interesting. Let's take a look at her profile. Addie Cadabra, 686 Karma. Not a complete novice, but also not on here long enough to be completely desensitized by the gratuitous sexuality. Her bio's intriguing. Manic pixie e-girl, living life at the intersection of based and cringed. New messiah of the 21st century. I scroll through her feed a bit. No face pics. That's a good sign. If a girl is brave enough to show her face on Reddit, it's going to take a lot more than my opening message to get her attention. She has clever titles. This 22-year-old will deliver you from evil. The feminine urge to get railed by your neighbor. I gotta be the most esocentric girl in your Reddit feed. Wait a minute, that last one, the picture, she's meditating outside. That blanket, the patchy lawn, it can't be. The girl who was sitting outside my window. It's my upstairs neighbor, and she posted about 5 minutes ago. She's up there in her room right now taking news of herself. My heart is beating out of my chest. I need a stellar opening line. God, send me a message. Send me the mother of all opening lines. I go with this. How I sleep knowing my horny succubus of an upstairs neighbor is posting nudes 10 feet above me, along with a picture of a guy lying in bed awake. The moment you send a questionable message to a baddie is excruciating. You risk it all with that first message. Seconds seem like hours, and just when you think all hope is lost, she responds. Didn't get a good enough look the other day. You just had to go and stalk my Reddit account, huh? I'm too excited to time out my messages. I respond immediately. What can I say? I'm a horny old man. You're not that old, she responds in classic Gen Z lowercase. I'm 33. Okay, boomer. Shouldn't you be lobbying to have my reproductive rights taken away or something? First of all, I'm a millennial. Second, I'm not into that whole Handmaid's Tale conservative dystopia thing. Really? I always thought it was kind of hot. Now she's toying with me. What? The Handmaid's Tale? Yeah, I mean, isn't it every girl's dream to be owned and bred? Touche. Hey, are you downstairs right now? She asked. Here it is, the moment I've been waiting for. I try to be nonchalant. Yep. Come up. I need you for something. Fuck yes. I pull on my gray sweats and my hoodie and I sneak out of the front door, hoping my ex doesn't hear me. The hallway up to her apartment is dark, save for the light escaping out of the crack underneath her door. I knock lightly. She pulls it open. Hey, she says. She's wearing a black crop top with a plaid shirt, thigh-high socks. She has little black hearts drawn beneath her eyes. Is your name really Noam Chomsky? She refers to my Reddit handle. Ha, I'm Alden. Is your name really Abby Cadabra? Maybe, she says, turning around and leading me into her chaotic apartment. I follow her to her room. Even though she just moved in, it's already a mess. There are clothes everywhere. A bong sits in the middle of the floor. Monster energy cans are littered across the room. You want a bong rip or something? She asks. No thanks. Weed makes me too anxious for a first date. I misread social cues. Just sit anywhere, she says, as if there's anywhere to sit but her junk-covered bed. I push her laptop aside and take a seat. So, what do you need me for? I ask. I need your help. I'm doing my face reveal tonight. A face reveal is when someone who's been posting nudes of their body for a while finally posts a picture of their face. It's risky. There's always a chance that someone you know will see it. Face reveal? I feign ignorance. You know, when you post your face for the first time, I think it might be my cheat code. Now I'm confused and I say, everyone has a cheat code, some action that is specific to them, and if they do it, they escape the matrix. Otherwise, they just keep reincarnating until they figure it out. And you think yours is posting your face on Reddit? I don't know. Could be. Worth a shot anyway. Once you do a face reveal, you're totally free. How so? Well, it's like all your cards are on the table. Anyone who knows you can just look you up and see all the nasty shit you've done. You don't have to pretend to be the person you've been pretending to be anymore. I guess that makes sense. So what do you need me for? I want you to come on my face. She has a little place in the corner of her room cleared out next to one of those cheap full-length mirrors you get from Target. She gets down on her knees in front of it. I want you to go all out with it. Figure I might as well go out in style, she says, shrugging. I think I can handle that. I get up and walk over to her. So, here, she says, and takes off her shirt. Does that help? She's got little tits, mosquito bites. I pull out my cock. It's not as big as it looks in your picture, she says. Hey, a guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. It's tough out there for a dude with an average cock on Reddit. More like below average, she says. Is this supposed to be making me hard? Sorry, I'm just teasing. How's this? She starts rubbing her tits and making little ooh faces. You like that? My balls are already full from scrolling through Reddit earlier, and in no time I'm spurting all over her face. Here, now take a pic, she says, shoving her phone into my hand. I start taking pictures, and she makes the perfect hey go expression, tongue out and eyes crossed. Okay, now let me see. She grabs her phone back out of my hand. Damn, these are pretty good. You even got my ass in the mirror. What can I say? I've got an eye for good porn. She's busy tapping at her phone. Are you posting it now? I ask. Uh-huh. I pull up my pants and sit down on her bed. A moment later, she says, and post it. With my cum still dripping down her face, she closes her eyes and assumes a look of earnest concentration. It reminds me of when I saw her meditating outside my window. I just sit there and look at the anime posters tacked all over her wall. Evangelion, Attack on Titan, One Piece. A moment later, she opens one eye as if to check if she's still here. Well, did you escape the Matrix? I ask. Doesn't look like it, she says. Better luck next time. I guess maybe anal is. Hey, I get better luck next time. I guess. Hey, maybe anal is your cheat code. Shut up, Dick, she says. While she's in her bathroom cleaning up, I open Reddit to see the final product. Right at the top of the new post is Abby's face covered in my cum. It's titled Face Reveal, aka What Happens When I Invite My 33-year-old Neighbor Over.